win over the Bengals, already into the postseason, but trying to lock up the division here tonight. Juju Smith-Schuster doing what he's done the last couple of weeks on the road, dancing, little tick-tock on the logo, which did not sit kindly with his previous opponents or with the Bengals leading up to this game. In fact, they let him know about it. 3rd and 7 here. Roethlisberger to Juju Smith-Schuster, who gets hit by Von Bell. Big hit, forces the ball loose, ends up actually being a Smith-Schuster fumble.
Juju's doing a lot of dancing on other people's logos. What's your take on that pregame ritual?
That's kind of disrespectful, because you got to go out there between the lines, go out there and hit him and let him know where he stands.
Von Bell was listening and watching the last couple of weeks and was ready if Juju did it again. You could see him telling him, you better watch out. This is that time of year. All right, 3-0 Bengals here. Giovanni Bernard, who carried the mail for the Bengals today with no Joe Mixon, into the end zone for the touchdown off the Smith-Schuster fumble. So here we go, Roethlisberger. Had some trouble here in the first half. Here, overthrows Deontay Johnson. Incomplete to James Washington. And then the fumble on the exchange from Marquise Pouncey. David DeCastro gets caught up in it. Ball comes loose. Bengals recover. Still 10-0 though here. Roethlisberger, second quarter, looking for Eric Ebron. How about the collisions in this one, guys? This was a physical game. I guess we should expect it from the Bengals and Steelers.
Oh, yeah, that division.
Yeah.
That division right there.
They have a history, TD.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so here we go. Still second quarter, another turnover. This time, Roethlisberger picked off here by Mackenzie Alexander. What do you make of that celebration, JJ?
Hey, listen, number one, I wanted him to cut back and go try to get some more out of this. But, hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers helped him out with the personal foul after. But I don't want the celebration. I want you to go try to get you some more yards, man. Try to be Ed Reed. Take that thing to the house.
That's right. Roethlisberger, gosh, just 24 passing yards in the first half. Ryan Finley getting the start today for the injured Brandon Allen. And, of course, the injured Joe Burrow. 14-yard touchdown here to Giovanni Bernard. Bengals up 17-0. Gio's second TD of the game. Steelers down 17-0 at the break. Let's go to the second half. Here we go, third quarter. Steelers still down 17. Roethlisberger does find Chase Claypool here. 37 yards and a spark for the Steelers offense, TD.
Yeah, I mean, they needed that spark, and Chase Claypool gave them that. And right here you see Ben finds Deontay Johnson for that nice little pass right there. So now they're back in the game. They're back in it.
They're back. 23-yard touchdown. Just like that, Steelers back within 10 later in the third. Bengals leading 17-10. Finley finds A.J. Green here for 10 yards. Look at the hit that Finley takes here, JJ.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that you're going to wake up tomorrow and say, it's the reason why I'm in here so I can sit in this ice tub for that hit right there, man. And we know these Bengals-Steelers game, very physical.
Fourth quarter now. Bengals still up 17-10. Check out Finley on the move here, TD, pulling it and going the distance.
That's a backbreaker. You don't expect Finley to run with the ball. They were playing the run there, and Finley faked it and ran for that touchdown. 23-yard
score. Bengals back up by 14. Next Steelers possession. Going for it on 4th and 4. Roethlisberger looks for Deontay Johnson, incomplete, but William Jackson gets called for the PI. And so on the 1st and goal, handoff, Benny Snell into the end zone. Steelers are back in it with the touchdown. Makes it a one-score game. Bengals trying to run some clock, 3rd and 3. Ryan Finley can't get there, so the Steelers defense, Mika Fitzpatrick, steps up, giving Ben Roethlisberger the ball back. So after the punt, here's Roethlisberger on a 3rd and 10, going for it all here with Chase Claypool. But man, JJ, the troubles with the deep ball continue for the Steelers. They can't connect.
Yeah, Big Ben just needed to get a little bit more on that one right there. I know he had a little pressure, but if he could have set his feet and got a little more on that, that was going to be a big play.
And that is pretty much how it would end. 4th and 10, Roethlisberger overthrowing James Washington. The Bengals with one of the upsets of the season, handing the Steelers their 3rd straight loss after starting 11-0, now 11-3. 27-17 is the final. Roethlisberger just 170 yards passing on the night. Did get Benny Snell going for 84, one of their better rushing performances of the season. Ryan Finley didn't do it through the air, did it on the ground. That 23-yard touchdown run was a big one for the Bengals in the second half. And check out the playoff picture movement. The Steelers now dropping from the 2 seed to the 3 seed, which basically doesn't mean anything in terms of bye weeks. Only the 1 seed gets the bye, but it changes your matchup. So the Bills now get the opportunity to play the lowest seed, the 7 seed, which right now is the Dolphins. If the playoffs started today, the Steelers would face the Indianapolis Colts, who, as it turns out, they end up facing next week anyway. So let's take a look at this. Obviously, the first half was a big part of the reason why the Steelers fell flat here. How did you see it start to unravel for Pittsburgh, TD?
I mean, mistakes. I mean, you watched it early on. Juju has the fumble. You let a team like the Bengals stick around. And the Cincinnati Bengals had more energy. They were playing like the team that had won 11 games instead of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they just kept bringing it. You know, they were more physical than the Steelers, and the Steelers kept giving them opportunities with, again, the snap fumble right here, as you see right there. I mean, you had the interception by Big Ben. You know, when you play teams like this, no matter what a record is, you have to play well. And the Steelers, it's concerning because they're not playing extremely well. Over their last 4 games now, they're averaging 17 points per game. That ain't going to get it done. They ain't going to get it done. And their team, as far as their offense, yeah, they ran the ball 84 yards today. You know, Benny Snell had a decent day running the football, but it wasn't enough to control the game. And so this team just seems like they're disjointed. They're not playing with any confidence right now. Deontay Johnson, you know, he had the nice touchdown pass, but he's got the drops, and he's not feeling real confident about his hands. So, you know, this team, I really feel like they are going the opposite direction from where they need to be at this time of the season. They got 2 more games to try to get things right. But the Steelers don't feel like they are an 11-3 team to me. They look like they're more of a 7-9 squad the way they're playing right now.
TD, you're absolutely right, man. We watched this Pittsburgh Steelers start off 11-0. I mean, everybody was saying, is this the best team in football? And you watch them these last couple weeks, and they are just not in rhythm on the offensive side of the ball. And we know division games are tough. We know it doesn't matter your record. When you get in these division games, it is a dogfight every single time. So you should have expected this tonight. But watching this Pittsburgh Steelers offense just totally out of sync, and it starts with the guy under center, and that is Big Ben. I mean, you see some of these throws. I mean, yeah, Juju was dancing on the circle, but oh my, you just going to throw him into this Big Ben? Are you mad at him, Big Ben, for doing that? Because they just throw him into that, running into that zone like that. That is just bad football by Big Ben. And a lot of these throws we're seeing he was not making early in the season, and now you're seeing them show up. And it's not like the receivers are just blanketed. It's guys that are wide open and Big Ben not making the throws. But you're right, TD. This Pittsburgh Steelers football team is going backwards, and it's not looking good for them right now, especially with these playoff teams in the AFC.
Bengals snap a 10-game losing streak to the Steelers, their first win over Pittsburgh since 2015. But you brought up the Juju Smith-Schuster pregame antics, the TikTok situation. It's not the first time we've seen it from him, but JJ, should he have been prepared for what was going to happen tonight?
Well, you better be prepared. I mean, as TD knows, when you step on somebody's logo, when you're disrespecting somebody's logo, and you're doing a dance on somebody's logo, we take that personal. This is our home field. We take that personal. So you better be ready to come out on this football field and back it up, Juju, because you better believe that everybody is seeing this in that Cincinnati locker room, and they ready to come after you, especially the guys on the defensive side of the rock. But you cannot do this. This is disrespect. You do not get on somebody else's logo and do what you're doing. That's disrespectful. And they showed it tonight. I mean, we seen the big hit, but we even seen some of the guys taunting Juju after, like, all right, you done started it. Now you're going to have to figure out a way to back it up because we coming after you every play, brother.
You can't pay for that kind of motivation if you're Zach Taylor. I mean, this is what head coaches love. I mean, they can't give a rah-rah speech good enough to motivate their squad. So when Juju does that to the home field, man, the amount of energy and juice you've just given a team, you've given them focus, you've given them purpose to go out there and play well. And to me, it's like, why? Why is that even necessary? Like, he might be having fun and think it's cute and think it's harmless. But no, the players don't see it that way. Fans don't see it that way. And to be able to get a team's focus in the manner in which he got it today, to me, you're doing your club a disservice when you do things like that. You know, you just riling up the troops and getting them all fired up to play a game. And they came out there and they showed you that they really didn't like what you were doing.
Whole different ball game doing that in the road stadium as it is doing that in your home stadium. So now for the Pittsburgh Steelers here, TD, they've lost 3 in a row. They're starting the season 11-0. They've dropped from the 2 spot to the 3 spot in the AFC. What does this tell you about their playoff potential this season?
Well, you know, let me just put it in the context, because when I was with Denver, we won 13 games in a row. Then we lost 2 straight games in a row. And so we were able to bounce back and sort of get that good taste back in our mouth. I'm not saying, in this case, I don't know if the Steelers can do that. I'm saying that this team, they've shown me over a 4-week span that they just don't, that whatever magic they had early in the season, it's not there. They're not on the same page. They don't look like a confident bunch out there. They can't push people off the ball. They struggle for weeks to get the 4th and 1, 4th and goal situations. So to me, if they make it in, they look like a one-and-done squad to me. And they'll have to prove me wrong, but that's where I see them as a